Doing it. Making the time. Pressing record. It's all happening. Hey, everybody. My name is Ashley, host of Sunshine and Bubbles, High Vibin' Podcast. And I had a sweet song in my head all day, and I want to share it with you. It goes, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a mighty fine day. Oh, yeah. What a day, what a day, what a mighty fine day. Oh, yes, it is now. What a day, what a day, what a mighty fine day. Hey, oh, hey, hey, yes, it is. I'm all showered and nice and clean and not sticky. Because guess what I did today? I did my first honeybee hive extraction today. And the two supers that I had on my one hive this season were juicy and full of delicious honey. And I just had to extract. And I was looking at the calendar and I'm like today is it. And I'm so thankful, so grateful, so blessed that my husband, Danny, helped me do the hive extraction today. What a huge help he is. And I feel like this has been the most smoothest extraction to date. I believe this is the 6th season being a beekeeper. And I was just had to giggle and laugh at myself because none of it has been easy being a beekeeper. I feel like it's like, sure, why not? Yes, this is what God is calling me to do. He wants me to learn this craft. And I think in learning beekeeping, it has taught me so many different lessons. The number one being patience and trusting the process. Because I've always been wanting to rush through things and like hurry up and get it done and like, be in a hurry. But with bees, when you're working with the bees, you cannot rush that process. You have to just be in it in that moment and be present with them because they can sense your energy. Bees, if you're nervous and you're getting scared and you're, having fear come out of your pores, that's when the bees start reacting to that energy. Just like anything energetically in this life, the energy you put out is the energy you receive. So I've learned that with the bees, you just really have to be in a Zen zone, in a Zen state of mind, and kind of clear the schedule, expect the unexpected, and just be there in that moment. And I feel like my husband, Danny, just has that kind of energy as he goes forth in this life. He's a generator, so he's just very like grounded and kind of matter of fact, to the point, like, just a stable, steady kind of dude in all areas of his life. Whereas me, I'm like two fires in an air and I'm like, woohoo, like, let's go. Just kind of throwing my hands up and rocking with it. So I feel like having his stable, grounded energy there today was just so awesome. And he just gets it done. I feel like he just set us up for success today. And me having been through the honey extraction process multiple times, I knew what to expect. I knew what needed to get ready and kind of just following the motions step by step. And it's just awesome to see the farm development story because how far we've come there. I feel like we've came to a place where we didn't have like a set place to do it. We didn't have like the hot water. We didn't all these things that we didn't have, and now leading up to what we do have, it's just so much. So I feel like, God, I just keep counting my blessings and all that he's done in my life. And I know that the blessings are too high to even count. So today went really smooth, and I extracted 2 supers, which is 20 frames of honey, and I had my sweet darling sister Rachel come over, and she helped uncap the hives with me as well, and we were humming and singing and reminiscing on how far we've come, and it was all just really sweet. No pun intended, because one of the cherry on top to today is that my son Nixon has refused to try honey. And I'm like, guy, like, you have a sweet tooth. Like, you love everything sweet. Like, how you're going to love honey. Just try it. Nope. Nope. Would not try honey. for the life of them. And I'm over here like honey badger, like yum, yum, yum. I love honey. You know, I use it in a lot, especially in my teas and in my coffee. And he would just not try it. And today, I think, having witnessed the process and seeing us do it, and he's helped me with the hive before. I call him my little smoker boy, because he'll, smoke the bees for me while I'm doing the work. And it takes a tribe. It takes two to tango sometimes. And so he tried the honey today, and he was like, Mama, I like it. I really like honey. And I'm like, well, you don't say. You don't say. Really? You do? You like honey? Like, I knew you would. So I feel like it's just a great example of how sometimes we as humans like resist, and until like we finally surrender, we might just surprise ourselves and try something new. And I was really proud of him that he tried it. He loved the honey, and there's only a tiny little spillage of honey. The bucket was so heavy. I mean, I filled up a 5-gallon bucket full of the honey, and that is like now being with a strainer on, so it to drain out any wax or any bits of wax particles that got into the extractor. And I had trouble lifting it. I was like, rah! And when I was trying to lift it, just like a little like spilled out the top. And I was like, phew, if that's all that happened today, I can handle it. And I didn't even get stung today either, which is pretty miraculous if you ask me, because there was quite a few honeybees buzzing around us as we're in this process. And they're not trying to attack me. They're not out to get you. They were just trying to salvage what honey that we stole from them. And I really had this moment too of being like, oh my gosh, like I felt like a savage beast, like interrupting their flow and their way of life. It's like the honeybees don't need us. Like it's just for selfish reasons, honestly, beekeeping. I can see why vegans don't use honey at all, because honestly, there was a lot of carnage. There was a lot of bees that, died while we were, taking the honey. And I just felt like it was just got to be a sticky situation, and it just kind of puts things in perspective of like the motivation behind it. And I do feel like honey is such a pure source of nourishment for people, and it had not been for that, I probably would not be doing this. But God's plan, and he wants me to learn these treasures in the trials of beekeeping. And I just give a shout out to our bee mentor, the Phil family from Honey Grove Apiaries, that do thousands of hives every single season. And right now is their crazy busy season. I mean, they're pulling supers and just extracting, and they're set up for it, right? I feel like they have this down to a science, but doesn't mean that they still don't have their trials. And it has just given me so much appreciation for what goes into this liquid gold that we have in our cabinets. And I feel like up until I've been a beekeeper, I've totally taken for granted, right? Like, you don't really think too deep of the sourcing of your honey. But since I've had this great honor and endowment like bestowed upon me of like being presented a hive and having to take care of these living creatures that are inside of it and being a good bee mama, like I didn't have that deep connection with that part of nature. And now I think that's part of the process, is me being able to share with you that it is a lot of work to get a little bit of honey. And what that each honeybee only produces 1 teaspoon of honey in their life, and then they pass off. And the roles of that hive and what that hive has to go through, and then only for us to just like go in there and take all their hard work and extract it, and then find good homes for it. I guess that is the circle of life. But I definitely have a really deep appreciation for the value of honey. And that's why support your local beekeeper out there. Don't settle for anything less, because a lot of these honeys that are on the shelf are cut with different oils, and they're not pure, and they're not raw, and they're cut down, and it's not giving you the health benefit that you seek from honey, and a lot of people are using honey right now, just even a tablespoon a day, just in your mouth, for allergies, because it's using the honeybees are collecting all the pollen, and that's how they produce their nectar, their liquid gold. And so by like cures like, or by consuming all the honey which they source from the pollen, it's helping us with our allergies and keep our passageways clear. So this is my ploy for honey. I'm so proud of myself that we did it. Another extraction. I feel like it's not something to be taken lightly. It is a lot of work. You have to clear your full, your whole afternoon to be able to do it, and it is hot. A lot of the times you're working in a heavy bee suit to protect yourself. Wearing all the gear, and then you're smoking and you're blowing and extracting. And another shout out for how far beekeeping must have came when they had to use crank extractors, right? And no electric knife for uncapping. Like, it was all done with blood, sweat, and hopefully not a lot of bee sting. So I really have a great appreciation for that, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys, because this beekeeping journey has been wild and it's been crazy, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, because I've learned so much. And honestly, I'm so grateful for the bee mentor. I honestly don't think I could do it without Nick Phil and his dad, the Don, we call him. He's the boss. And the fact that they want to pass on that knowledge, pass on that love, not only to their families and kin, but also to other people that are interested in doing it. So I don't want to discourage anyone from being a beekeeper. I think you can do anything that you set your mind to. And of course, we live in a day and age where there's a ton of knowledge and information at your fingertips. So do what you're being called to do, but don't take it lightly. It is not an easy task, and it is not for the faint of heart. And I think you just got to be up for it, up for the challenge, and take it on. And if you need anything, you can always use me as a resource, and I'd love to be able to help you where I can. But I by no means am a professional or an expert at it. I'm very much still learning over the years, and I feel like the hives every year present a new challenge that you have to, overcome and utilize your resources. And it takes a tribe. I don't think I could do it or want to do it by myself. I love having my son smoke the hive with me. I love having my husband help me, get all the equipment and in the a sanitary environment to be able to do the extraction and get out there and rob the bees of their supers together. That was a lot of fun. And then to have my bestie help me uncap them, who has so much grace and patience. So I feel like it's definitely more fun with a friend. So I mean, you're not in it alone. There's a ton of resources out there, and you can achieve it. Yes, you can do it. We can do hard things. That is for sure. So I wanted to share that with you. I also wanted to, with nature, I feel so connected now, not only working with the bees, but there is baby birds here at my house, like literally right outside my window. And so Bob Marley's Three Little Birds outside my doorstep has been in my head, and they're so adorable. It's literally three baby robins, and they look like they're like little aliens in this sweet little nest. And to watch the mama take care of them, so sweet. Got it, honey? It's been very rewarding. I love watching these baby birds. They're so darling. And I did post something on my socials about them. I love watching them. I just feel so blessed that they chose my hibiscus tree, my Rose of Sharon, to build a sweet little nest and share that experience. And yesterday we had the family over for my son's 11th birthday, and I had so much fun lifting all the kids up so they could go in there and see them, so they could connect with that nature and know that it all starts from somewhere. And I feel like they want to touch, and they have all these questions, and just really teaching them about nature and letting it do its work, and don't try not to disturb it too much, and leaving the animals in their home, like this is their home, and trying to put things in perspective for children just kind of teaches myself too, to respect nature and to slow down and take your time, and really know that Mother Nature always provides. She will always win, right? Like we humans don't need to intercept with that. Nature always finds a way. So it's just she's very forgiving. And that's what I thought about the bees too. I'm like, even year after year, after we rob this hive and we steal their honey, and I try to do my best and not be so savage while I'm doing it, and they still allow me back there. They still allow me to let me learn and work with them, and it's just so forgiving every time. They give me so much grace and so much mercy, and I just think that's really special. It has been a lot of Leo energy here. Shout out to all my Leo babes out there. Happy birthday to us. It is full on Leo season. Couple that with the 888 portal that's happening here. It's been open now. It'll close on 888, and we've had a lot of different like lunar activities. So if you've been experiencing some wild energy out there, the stars have spoken, everything is aligned, and some radical change is happening. And that's why I wanted to make sure to hop on here for you and just give a little testimony about what happened on my birthday. So on my birthday, I had someone text me, happy birthday, Ashley. Hope everything's going well. I have not heard from this person in years. And I was like, that's wild. I'm like, oh my goodness, so-and-so is messaging me. I'm like, how have you been? Like, how is life? And they're like, it's been really awesome. Like, I love that. Like, I see that you're into Jesus. You found God. That's so cool. I love to hear that. And I'm like, yeah, remember when we came over to your house that one time and we called you guys like Bible thumpers, and my Danny joked like, do we have to read a Bible verse before we get over together or when we get over there? And we're just kind of giving him the business, and he's and I was like, and how far I've come. Like now I belong, I go to church every week, as many weeks as I can. And I'm on the worship team there. And it's just been a really awesome journey. He's like, I just know it. He's like, my favorite verse in the Bible is 2 Corinthians 14 through 16. And he actually wrote out the verse in that Bible. And honestly, I swear to you, I'm not making this up. This was for real. Like literally that morning, because I spent some time in his word, in the Bible, on my birthday, just kind of giving thanks and grace and gratitude and prayer. That morning I was in Corinthians 2:4. in the Joyce Meyer edition. And I was like, dude, I'm like, you're not going to believe it. But that is the verse that you quoted was literally the verse that I was reading that day. I'm like, you can't make this stuff up. And it was just so like affirming to me that like it's all connected, like nature, people, energy, vibes, cosmic alignment, creator, source, energy, you name it, it's all connected and it's all there at our disposal, and it's just a prayer away. So I actually am in a go figure, I'm in a rush, I'm in a hurry, and I gotta wrap this up, but I want to leave you with these verses that Dirty Curdy shared with me on my birthday, a guy that I've not spoken to in years, and is what I had read, and it really spoke to my soul, and maybe it'll speak to yours too. Check it out. 2 Corinthians 4 verses, I wrote it 16 through 18. Therefore, we do not become discouraged, spiritless, disappointed, or afraid. We do not. Though our outer self is progressively wasting away, what I experienced on my birthday, turning 39, yet our inner self is being progressively renewed day by day. Each day is a new day, a new opportunity to rewrite the script, shine your light, speak your truth, and share your gifts. For our momentary light distress, this passing trouble, this life is producing for us an external weight of glory, a fullness beyond all measure, surpassing all comparisons, a transcendent splendor, and endless blessedness. Is that amazing? So we we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are unseen. For the things which are visible are temporal, just brief and fleeting, but the things which are invisible are everlasting and imperishable. How great it is to have this hope, have this joy, have this Holy Spirit inside of our soul, connecting us all in so many different ways. And again, I feel grateful just to take these couple minutes and show up here and motivate and encourage you to trust the process. Don't be in a rush, ride the wave, and maybe get in his good word for a couple minutes a day, because you don't know how this is going to speak to your soul. You don't know what you need to hear until maybe you hear it, and then just really know that it is not your plan. It's Creator's plan. And through him, we will keep creating together. So I wish you all of the blessings, abundance, prosperity, joy, and grace as you walk forth. And until next time, until I get to share with you further, in which I have a ton. I didn't even get like a little bit down the way, but you know what? Throwing my hands up, full surrender here. I wish you the best. The peace of I is extended for the peace of you, and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. One love. Blessed be, brothers and sisters.